Good afternoon from the Universal Orlando parking garage. We're going inside, gotta take a look at the Jurassic Park roller coaster. There was something that came out from the CDC that said that there is no correlation between COVID-19 and food packaging. So that's good. Thought about getting food while we're here. I don't know if I'm quite there yet to take off my mask in the park. So I'm thinking probably not, but you never know. I do want to point out I'm back wearing this neck gaiter with the filter because this is my favorite mask. I like the way it feels. It's very lightweight, but I was having trouble keeping it up. So some people in the comments mentioned, try one with ear holes in it. So I just cut some ear holes in this one. We're giving it a try. So far it's working great. It's holding my mask up. It's kind of it's not pulling on my ears as much as other masks did, but it is pulling on them a little bit. It does kind of look a little silly with my ears being outside of the mask, but I think all masks kind of look silly. So yeah, we're going inside, going into Universal, and check it out. I don't know whose car this is, but shout out to whoever they are. This was my very first car. I had an AMC Concorde. This is an AMC Eagle, which is the four-wheel drive version. Mine wasn't four-wheel drive, but this is the very first car that I ever owned right here. Mine was blue with wood paneling across the bottom. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit of a crowd level as I'm on my way in on the moving walkways here. Not a lot of people in front of me. So I've gotten a few comments recently, a few emails recently asking, what are the crowds like in 2021 or in September or in December? Honestly, I don't think I can answer that question anymore because it's changing. It has changed. Things are different now. So who knows? Who knows what the crowds are going to be like next week? We don't really know. So I'm not sure. I don't know if making a trip to Orlando in this current climate is a good idea. Paying so much money to go to a theme park in these conditions, I don't know that I would do it. Which stinks because I want Orlando to be successful and I want tourism to come back, but I don't think now's the right time. So just looking at over where the fossil store used to be, yeah, they have definitely eaten into that building kind of a lot. Taking down a lot of walls. You can actually see all the way through to Voodoo Donuts there. You can kind of see the walls peeking through on the other side. Yeah, so no real progress yet, just a lot of demo. So I don't know if Big Fire has opened back up or not yet, but it certainly looks like they are ready to. You can see all these social distancing markers on the ground, but then I came across this one. What do you think this is all about? Why is there just a square there? What's the significance of that? So I just looked on their website and it still says that Big Fire is temporarily closed. It looks like they're getting ready to open up any day now. So here we are, we're headed into Islands of Adventure. Gonna head straight back and have a look at the Jurassic Park roller coaster construction. So I feel like people haven't been here for such a long time that the water is super clear here in the lagoon. You can see all these fish nests down here. So then you can see that shallow point over there. And so the adventure begins. It is very hot today, not a cloud in the sky. Apparently there's a dust storm coming over from the Sahara that's causing it to be hotter here. So it's 94 degrees outside right now, and it is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I did want to show you guys that you don't have to get a paper map. You can just scan this QR code, and that will, I think, probably download the app. Yeah, it says that. Download our Universal app. And they have complimentary Wi-Fi. Now that we're inside of Islands of Adventure, I wanted to give you guys a crowd level shot. Also, look at that Jurassic Park roller coaster peeking over top of the trees as we're heading in. So I did want to point out that we just walked in from over here. You can see the Starbucks right there. And if we turn around, oh, you can see Hulk right there. Just giving you guys some wayfinding. Here's the lagoon. Straight across is the Jurassic Park roller coaster. But right here, this is new. There's a construction walls here. This used to be a frozen lemonade stand. And it looks like they are doing something to it, doing some construction work to it. Wonder what they're doing, maybe just refurbishing it? You can kind of see the purple framework up above the construction walls here. I don't know what they're doing. Probably just refurbishing it. So I came down to the U-Rest area to look across the lagoon at the Jurassic Park roller coaster. I feel like every body of water that I'm seeing today is especially clear looking, clean. All right, let's look across the way. So a few things that we do know about this roller coaster is that it is an Intamin. And we have heard a rumor of a name. So Universal has trademarked the name Velocicoaster, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Because they could just be trademarking ideas and then change the name completely right before they open it. But for the most part, people that are speculating have been calling this the Velocicoaster. So like I said, this is an Intamin and it is a launched coaster. And the best example that I can think of that we have been on that's an Intamin launch coaster is Cheetah Hunt. And that is one of my favorite roller coasters. It's just fun to ride, nice and smooth. And it's just easy to ride. I could ride that roller coaster over and over and over again. And I have a feeling that'll be the same idea with this one. Although this one has way more inversions than Cheetah Hunt does. If we're just looking, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 inversions right now just standing across the lagoon. Man, I don't know though. The most thrilling ride here, High in the Sky trolley. So I have to admit, cutting the little ear holes in this mask has increased its comfort level tenfold. This mask is super comfortable and like it's wicking away the sweat, it's keeping the back of my neck nice and cool. And Hulk going off behind me. I really have missed you, buddy. Thank you for holding down the fort, Mr. Theme Park Pigeon. Theme Park Pigeon walking through the streets. Just wanted to keep you guys up to date on the crowd level. The crowds are not very heavy here right now, but like I said, the experience is just not the same. How's it going, guys? Just wanted to give you guys an update on the wait times. The Spider-Man's a 5-minute wait right now. So over here is this Marvel boutique store, this like superhero comic book boutique store. Got all kinds of really interesting items in here for sale, but for some reason, this store is not currently open. But I guess it is the sister store to this comic book store right here, which is open, because on the door it says, please visit them here at the Alterniverse. I think that's what it was called. More social distance characters hanging out on the stage, waiting to meet and greet people. How's it going, bub? So here's a question that I have for you guys. This is a building here called the Skunkworks, and there's skunks up above it, and this is Lil Abner. So I've never read a Lil Abner comic, but back in World War II, Lockheed had a Skunkworks project. I'm going to read the Wikipedia page. It says, Skunkworks project is a project developed by a relatively small and loosely structured group of people who research and develop a project primarily for the sake of radical innovation. So is that what this is in reference to? Headed back behind Popeye and Bluto's Build Rat barges, and we can see a crane back there bringing in some more material for the Jurassic Park roller coaster construction. But we're going to go back behind it and see if we can get a closer look at some of the roller coaster. So not a lot has changed since the last time that we were here. They may have put in a few extra pieces of track on this side, but we're still waiting for them to go up and over the top of the top hat here. I have a feeling that a lot more work happened on the other side of the roller coaster here, on the other side of the Discovery Center. Oh yeah, look, they're moving around supports and stuff, whistling at people saying, be careful, I got things on a crane coming through. It looks like they've started to encase the building here where the load unload will be. Let's go to the other side and see what we can see over there. As I'm walking out of this area back behind me ship, the Olive, I'm just kind of looking around and I noticed there was this bit of theming with this gigantic bird's nest. Is there a gigantic bird in the Popeye cartoons or comics? I don't know. I haven't seen a Popeye cartoon or comic in a long time. Headed out of Toon Lagoon and towards Skull Island, Reina Kong. We're gonna go past that and we're gonna head into the Jurassic Park area. Oh, good news. I just heard an announcement at Pteranodon Flyers of one of the team members saying, for your health and safety, please make sure that you have your mask on. It is covering your nose and mouth. And then a team member just walked past the group in front of me and told them to make sure that their masks cover their nose as well. So, seems like team members are enforcing the mask rule, and that's fantastic. All right, so we came around the other side, seeing another inversion, and then we're seeing this rock work right here, which honestly kind of looks like a dinosaur. And they started adding the rockwork skin to it. So you can see they've added all the lath work and they start putting concrete on there real soon. Looks more like rocks when you get down towards the end over here, more than dinosaur, but maybe it'll be a rock that looks supposed to resemble a dinosaur. Oh look, they've already wrapped the track to protect it from when they're doing the rock work. Any sort of sparks or welding debris or rock debris that goes down near the track, they got it covered to protect it. Building another building over here, and then another one over here. So after I came over to this angle to look at the rockwork construction, that track goes right through the center of it. So I don't think it will be a dinosaur shape. I think it's gonna be more of a V shape where the roller coaster goes through it. So I stepped into the shade just because it is hot outside and I wanted to take a break for a minute. But I did hear another team member telling guests to put their mask over their nose and their mouth. So it seems like Universal has taken initiative and really started to tell the guests and enforce the mask rule. Fantastic. Just wanted to look in at the locker construction at Forbidden Journey. Still the same place that it was before. I was trying to listen to the announcement that's coming through the extended queue for Forbidden Journey. I thought maybe it was about the masks again, because it seems like they're really cracking down on masks today specifically. This darn roller coaster has views from so many different angles. Wow. That is right behind 3 broomsticks right there. We're gonna go back there so you guys can see how close the track is to 3 broomsticks. With the addition of this roller coaster, I feel like Universal is really trying to challenge Busch Gardens to the local roller coaster park. So just within view of me right now, I got Hulk over there. I got the Jurassic Park roller coaster. I've got Flight of the Hippogriff. And just behind the trees here is Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. So speaking of the locker situation on Forbidden Journey, lockers right now are kind of a mess. And that's why they're trying to build new lockers. It's really crowded in there, very tight quarters. Not very conducive with today's environment. But I did see a report from somebody that rode the ride with a small purse. And they said for them to just take it on the ride and kind of pin it between themselves and the side of the seat while they were on it. That sounds really interesting. Like all of your small personal belongings you keep on you, and small to medium-sized bags you keep with you, and just kind of pin them between you and the seat. That's interesting. I haven't gone on there personally to see if that's what it's like. I'm just seeing reports on Twitter of that. So another thing that I'm seeing, our friends over at Attractions Magazine tweeted this out, and they said that Universal has updated their mask policy, and they say that anybody with disabilities that feels that they can't wear a mask or that can't wear a mask because of their disability is said that they have to wear a face shield. So a clear face shield instead of a face mask. So after reading a little bit more into the article, when guests first arrive and they say, I have a breathing problem and I cannot use a face mask, a cloth face mask, can I use a plastic face shield? They will be given a wristband that is black and white checkered, and that tells everybody that they can wear a face shield. If you do not have a disability, you have to still wear the cloth face covering. And if you're wearing the plastic face covering, there are some rides that you can't ride. In order to ride them, you have to switch to a cloth face covering. So, interesting change in the mask rule. So I just checked to see if there were any times for the virtual queue for Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. There currently are not. So I'm not going to ride the Hogwarts Express today, but I have heard reports that they are not loading more than one party into a cabin. So if I went on there, because I'm by myself, I would have an entire cabin to myself. And that is to practice proper social distancing. As we're walking past Mythos, I just wanted to give you guys an idea. Very low crowd levels. It really is encouraging seeing how often I'm hearing team members telling people to fix their masks. Seems like Universal is really taking this mask thing seriously, which is great because we have had a spike in numbers of cases here in Florida, and I hope that all of the other parks around town really take note and really enforce the mask policy, because when we were at Busch Gardens and SeaWorld, no enforcement other than a couple of times when people were on the ride, they told them to fix their masks. But here, just between Toon Lagoon and Lost Continent, saw 5 or 6 team members telling people to fix their masks. Excellent. Nothing really unique to see from this angle over here behind Mythos. Definitely going to be a change in landscape. I wonder how they're going to theme this building right next to the Discovery Center here, because the Discovery Center is heavily themed. Do you think this will just be a square building next to it, or do you think they're going to have the same roof lines as the Discovery Center? You got some barriers up on this bridge. I don't know if that's to keep people, one way, right side goes this way and left side goes the other way, or what. We've made it all the way around the park, and now we're back up to this frozen lemonade area here. Just a view from the other side. Like I said, we still can't figure out what's going on. Not much to see. So before we leave and head over to Universal Studios, I wanted to head into Port Provisions because I just saw something that I thought was really interesting. This is the last season's Pride merch. And then Back to the Future 35 sweatshirt that is also a backpack. I don't know if I can see the price on it. Let me see if I can kind of duck down here. $55. This is nice. So because this is last season's Pride merch, it is only $14 right now on sale. Down from $30. As we're walking over to Universal Studios, we're walking past Twosome's Chocolate Emporium. And one thing that I noticed is out here they have an umbrella. And then all of these markings here on the ground. I'm assuming that's to meet up with a hostess in front of Twosomes here to get a spot on their list, to get a table inside. It's pretty interesting to note that they have this many markings, because there's not very many people here right now. So I don't know if they were thinking that a lot of people are going to show up later. Maybe on the weekends they use all of these social distancing markings, but definitely not right now. As we look across the lagoon over here to Voodoo Donuts, right next to it is all of that construction that we were showing earlier in the video. This used to be Island Clothing Company, it used to be Peak, it used to be the Fossil Store, and we think that'll probably be the largest store in City Walk, which in my mind would be the Universal Store. I wanted to show you guys where the Universal Store currently is. Right there, and it's not very big. That blue building. All right, here it is. The longest wait that we've seen so far, or that I've paid attention to see, is that Minion Mayhem, 25 minutes. Just wanted to do a quick pan for crowd level. Yeah, not very many people here right now at all. So people often ask me, they say, Tim, does Universal Orlando have an outlet store like Disney does? And the answer to that is no, but they do something called a garage sale or their merchandise sale, and it's coming up this year. Let me get the dates here. It is July 1st and 2nd, and you need to go, and we'll put a link to a website in the description down below, but you need to have an annual pass or be a team member and reserve a spot and time for you to come in to Soundstage 33, which is back here behind me near the New York Public Library. And that is when you can come in and browse old merchandise, retired merchandise, merchandise from seasonal events like Halloween Horror Nights or Christmas, different things like that. Like I said, it's only 2 days, and you have to reserve a time and a spot, and you have to be an annual pass holder or a team member. So there you go, that's what they do. They do not have an outlet, but they do have the garage sale. I wanted to update you guys. It is now 97 degrees in the shade. Heat index, like the feels like temperature, is 108 here. Pretty hot out, just letting you guys know. Still no issues with the mask. Ooh, it's like the Godfather theme park pigeon. Look at him. You guys remember the pigeons from Animaniacs? That's what this guy reminds me of. Where'd he go? There he is. It's another theme park pigeon walking through San Francisco, singing. What is this? Train? Yeah, this pigeon loves Train. I don't think there's anything else new back here for this park, so I think we're gonna head out. It is pretty darn hot out here. Just looked over and noticed these team members cleaning the railings over here, keeping the park nice and clean. Nice and sanitary too. Pretty good long distance shot of the crowd level here. Looks like the midday lagoon show started happening here. Also, it looks like a storm's getting ready to roll in. From what I heard, there was a low chance of rain today because of the dust from the Sahara, but definitely looks like it might rain today. Also, we're over here by this, what used to be a food stand. Still no progress on it. I'm sure it'll happen soon. Oh, Marilyn's not in her car anymore. She is doing social distance selfies behind a velvet rope though. How's it going? I see you're behind the, I'm doing great. I see you're behind the VIP rope. No, I believe that it's you that's the very important person. Good to see you, Marilyn.
Good to see you too, and you have a wonderful day.
Marilyn still is the only character around that I've seen that doesn't wear a face covering, which is interesting. I even saw Doc Brown earlier. He wasn't wearing a face mask, he was wearing a plastic visor. Like they said that they were allowing for people that can't wear face masks because of a disability. So Doc Brown wearing the visor, Marilyn not wearing anything, the Scooby Gang full cloth face masks. Interesting. Looks like we've got some people waiting for the Born Stuntacular, which is still in technical rehearsals because it's not currently open, but people are waiting to see if it will open. But they do have a sign out front that says next show 2:45. So I think that might be why people are waiting. So there you have it. That was our trip out to Universal Orlando and Islands of Adventure to just kind of check on it, check on the Jurassic Park construction. It's fantastic to see that they are keeping people safe by enforcing the mask rule. And it's also really encouraging to see that they're offering an alternative to those with disabilities that can't wear a mask. You guys can wear a face shield now. Fantastic. So, I don't know, it was a very hot day, but it was a very fun day. So with that being said, we are off. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And now it's time to help. And so today's organization that we want to shine a spotlight on is Facing History and Ourselves. And I'm just going to read right off their website so I don't get it wrong here. Facing History and Ourselves seeks to educate students of all backgrounds about the history of racism, prejudice, and anti-Semitism. And they also received an unprecedented 100% on Charity Navigator. So have a look in the description down below and check out their website. If you can, donate. If not, just learn about this organization. Share it with your friends and family, and just talking about it definitely helps. So thank you guys for watching this video.